a lot of Christians, myself included at times, do deal with a demonic oppression, where we feel down and we hear that voice. I had a 2-year period where the first thing I would hear when I woke up was that you're nobody, you're nothing, you're never going to be anything. And it was like, I would wake up and like most mornings I would like laugh at that. Like, why is that even in my head? But once in a while it kind of gets to you. What's an applicable response? What do you do to get that to go away?
My go-to is if I'm as worthless as you say I am, then why are you spending so much time trying to convince me of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really? I mean, these demons every morning. Come on, don't you think it has a better thing to do than to just waste its time on somebody worthless? I mean, it's worthless, right? That's how it defines you, right? So why is it spending so much time, huh?
Right.
And so the reason why is because it's afraid of you. They only attack things they see as a threat. Okay, whenever they harm the wicked people, those are usually the ones on the lower chain, like people who don't have a higher position, and they're basically just toying with them. They're just, if you see a wicked person, just your everyday guy who doesn't have any position of authority, and you see them tortured by demons, well, they're just having fun. That's what demons do. However, if you're talking about the higher ups, some of the most wicked people are the people with the most power, and demons will not torment them or harm them as much because they're benefiting from them. And so they're going to give them everything that they want. Okay. However, they like to make Christians' lives as horrible as possible. Not only that, there are some people who will come to be Christians who they torment. And I have this belief that Christians, people who will come to salvation, who are predestined to salvation, they have an aura around them that demons can see. And when I say predestined, I'm not referring in the Calvinist sense. I'm referring in the Molinist sense. That God understands, he knowing in his foreknowledge that some of us would come to salvation, he predestined a way to salvation for us. Anyway, so I think demons know this from childhood. And I was tormented since as long as I can remember. I was a little boy. And, and there are, some terrible things that can happen to us as children that make us question, does God really love me? Is he really going to protect me? Is he really going to be there for me? And really, these demons are trying to stomp out that light as soon as possible. And so a lot of us who are thinking is like, yeah, I've had an awful life ever since I was a child. It's almost unnatural how awful my life has been. It's because I think they know. They know that some of us are going to come. And so what they want to do is they're going to make our life as horrible as possible so that flame is stomped out, and then we can't do what God has called us to do, which is something they're afraid of. The more Christians there are, the more legitimate Christians there are, the less grip they have upon the world. Wow. And they're going to respond very violently to that.
Yeah.
And so
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just one last thing. I would take their attacks as a compliment. You should take it as a compliment. You should understand that if demons are attacking you so obsessively, then that means they're afraid of you.
Right. So flip the script, man. If they tell you that you're worthless, then you must be worth the blood of Jesus. If they tell you that you're never going to be anything, then you must be gonna be something someday for God. And I could identify with you on that, man. Cause dude, I was attacked. My whole family was attacked, as a child. And dude, I had such a crazy life. I didn't get saved till I was like 30. And then all the attacks kind of went away for like a year or so, but then boom, it just comes back, dude, and you're fighting it. You're in a war, and you've got to know the word. You've got to know God. You got to pray. You got to be close to him, because then, it's war. We're not born into a leisurely, type of situation. We're born into combat.
Yeah, you mentioned something about the blood of Christ, because if demons ever tell you that you're worthless, especially if they're telling you as a Christian, what they're really saying is that Christ's blood is worthless, because Christ's blood is so priceless, and yet he used that to buy our souls. So if they were to say that we are worthless, they're actually saying Christ's blood is. And that's what you need to proclaim over your life. You need to say, oh no, I have the worth that Christ has given to me, and that is infinite.
Yeah.